Hey everybody, today we're diving into print on demand with Printify. This is a platform that's revolutionizing how entrepreneurs and designers can sell custom products online. So stay tuned so you can learn how to start your own print on demand business with Printify. Welcome, I'm Brandon Kyle. I teach people how to make money online through affiliate marketing, side hustles, and other online passive income streams. And when it comes to Printify, I've been with them for a couple of years now. I've been very happy with their product selection, the service, the shipping, the delivery, and everything else. I've never had any problems across a couple Etsy stores that I use along with eBay as well. We'll talk more about that later. In this video, we're going to talk about what Printify is, some of their product features and benefits, how you can get set up and started designing those products, and I'm even going to walk through setting up a couple of products with you just so you can see how easy and intuitive it is integrating that into different e-com solutions. And lastly, we got to talk money, right? Pricing, profits, shipping, and fulfillment. Let's get right into it. So first things first, what is Printify? Printify is a leading print-on-demand platform that connects you with a network of print providers to create and sell a wide range of custom products online. It's all about turning your ideas into high-quality, tangible products without the hassle of inventory or shipping. Yes, please. Now, when it comes to key features and benefits of Printify, Printify stands out with its vast product catalog, user-friendly design tools, and seamless integration with major e-com platforms. Plus, with their mock-up generator, you're able to see your designs come to life in real time. Using Printify means you can focus on your designs and your marketing and not have to worry about inventory and logistics. This is why it's perfect for the entrepreneur looking to start their own business with minimal upfront costs. So let's hop into the computer and get started. Getting started is easy. Just sign up on Printify's website. You're going to fill in your details and you're ready to create your first product. Their platform guides you through each step, making it a breeze for beginners. Now, I'll also provide a link down below in the description or comments. It is an affiliate link. If you happen to click on that, it helps support the channel and my content creating, and there's no additional cost to you. All right, so once you get logged in, it'll probably drop you right here on your dashboard. Yes, you'll see some information here like orders requiring attention, cost to date, so how many orders you've made or what the cost is of that, products published within the last 7 days, okay? So quickly here, we're gonna come back around for this, but you'll notice that I have a few different stores here. One, the Bearded Family. I have a niche specific pet product, bearded dragons or something that I own. So I have a couple Bearded Family type of stores here. I also do eBay, and then I have a general store right here called Grayscale Marketplace. So you'll be able to create multiple stores here so you can publish them to different outlets, yes, which is really nice, okay? And we're gonna talk about that towards the end. If we come over here to the catalog, you can click on this and you can either go through some of these categories that they have set up right here and scroll through those independently, or we can come over here to the catalog home and we'll see some of the top categories right here at the very top, right? People typically do t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, etc., drinkware, mugs. That's all super popular type of stuff. I'm going to show you what's working for me specifically, but if we scroll down just a little bit more, we can see what some of the higher earning products are right here that they have populated for us, merchant approved type of stuff. Really up to you to explore, but maybe you have some ideas of things that you already want to do. When designing your products, make sure that the design is high resolution and well suited for the product you're about to choose. But Printify's mock-up generator is an excellent tool to use to help visualize what the final product is going to look like. So let's start with something simple. We're going to make a t-shirt here, right? If you click on this, we're going to get a bunch of different print providers and options that you can choose from, whether that's men, women, or what have you. We can sort by popularity, latest, high and low price, all that normal stuff right here. Now the target market is nice because if you're just in the US like I am, I'm going to want to find a print provider in the United States so it could be printed and shipped quicker and easier. So you can find print providers that are location specific for you as well. Sometimes there might not be that option and it's going to have to ship in, and they do ship internationally. We'll talk about that here shortly. So I'm going to look for something in the USA, and we're going to go through. You can select if you want a particular color, branding, print areas on where you're going to do that, sizing and pricing. If you're looking for a particular size, maybe you're going to do extra smalls or extra large, right? You're going to be a little more inclusive for particular sizes. All of that great stuff is going to be right here, but I'm just going to choose something right off of the bat, right? It kind of tells you what's here, right? You got a unisex jersey short sleeve. Yes, it's going to be by Bella Canvas 3001. Yeah, eventually you'll start to learn what type of fabrics you like and what works best, but we'll save that for another discussion. Okay, so if I click on this, Yes, it's gonna show you some quick images here of what it looks like, what it wears like on a man and a woman. Yes, we're gonna have our different colors. You can print on the front side or the back side, what the production time is, what the pricing starts at. So if you're new, the price would be $10.16. If you want Printify Premium, that'll help save you some money on the cost. So Printify Premium, you can get up to a 20% discount on all of your products. And if we look at that really quickly, just for good measure, it's $30 per month. Yes. And this will help save you on your cost. So it just helps increase your profit margins. So in the beginning, I don't use this, right? Because I don't even know if I want to stick with this or whatever. But once you get your store up and running and you're starting to make some sales, it might be a good idea to spend that $30 a month to make that money back and more, because it's just gonna, open up your profits a little bit more, okay? So you can check out provider info here. You can click on this, right? And this will tell you some additional stuff about product variants. Yes, what the pricing is, how that would compare to premium pricing, what the different providers are. Yes, what the shipping cost would be. So if we're in the United States and I'm using a US provider, right, it's gonna cost $4.75 to ship it, $2.40 for a second. If I needed to export it to Canada, I could do that, but here's what the delivery time might be like, what that cost would be for. So later on, you're gonna have to do a little bit of a spreadsheet and cost things out, but that is pretty normal for the costing. We'll talk more about that later. So let's gonna start designing here. Okay, and it's gonna show you right here what this looks like. Okay, and it's gonna show you this print area. Okay, and you can come in here and we're gonna do this, yes? So we can upload and do all of this great stuff. If you click on the upload tab here, it's gonna tell you what the file requirements are. They can take JPEG, PNG, Savage files, max file size up to this. Yes, what is your print area? 4500 by 5100 at 300 DPI. So this is nice so that when you're creating something, whether that's in Canva or Photoshop or something similar, right, you can set your canvas size to this. So as you create your design, you know that it's not too big or too small or anything like that. So if you want to add text or graphics, you can do that as well. So it's going to allow you to design directly in the Printify interface. So if we wanted to do something with text here, like my first t-shirt, right, we could do something like this, and then you can move it around. You can size it and make it bigger or smaller, right? And then you could put this here and it shows you how to center it, right? And you can use the controls over here, right, to push it to the left, push it to the right, to center it, as it is to the left and to the right. But then you can also do that vertically, top, bottom, left, and right, right? So you can get it placed in there perfectly, right, without having to use the guides, okay? Then if you wanted to add graphics, right, we can do all of this stuff here. You get the idea. You can design as much as you want, and you can do it here manually like this, or you could lay the stuff on top, and look at that. You can even change the text within this, right? So it's really intuitive and easy to design your own stuff, or you can upload your own pictures or design that you might have already made outside of the program. Paid content, that's down here. And then we also have AI image, right? And you can give it prompts and it'll create an image for you. So maybe you want something like a geometric wolf. Okay, I'm just using this because that animal inspired me, and we can see what comes up. And just like that, we got some really cool designs right here, where you could take this, you could stretch it all the way out, right? So let's come back. I don't want this, I want to delete it. Boom, you don't want that, you can delete that, yeah? Left some of the words here. Boom, we'll delete all of those. You see how quick and easy I'm doing this, right? And you can take this and we can stretch it, right? And I'm gonna go over this, and I could also just come down here and center it like this, which is great. Boom, there's my design. And then if we wanna see what this looks like, we can click on preview, right? And we can start to look at some of the mock-ups to see what this would look like on a full t-shirt right here, where there's a female, a man. That actually looks pretty cool right off the bat, and that literally just took like 30 seconds for me to do it, right? And then we can come back here, yes, and we're gonna look at what different color variants you want. So if you want to select different variants, yes, if you only want to do white, you can do that. If you want to do this, you can do, pick all the different colors and variations that you want. Yes, and then you can put them in here, and then you can update that. And then if you want to come through, you can get an idea of what this looks like on these different colors. So it's totally up to you when it comes to that. And then when you're done, you can come over here, you can save your product, okay? And then you're gonna start to get this here. It's gonna show you your title image and your mock-ups, right? You can only add so many views depending on what platform, such as Etsy only allows up to 10 images. But if it was going to say, I don't know, a Shopify account or maybe a WooCommerce, right, you could have almost as many images as the software and the interface allows you to. So when you come down here, you've got your listing details. Okay, so this is just basic stuff, but I might want to put something in here like geometric, right, wolf, t-shirt, right, or whatever, right? You're probably going to want to come up with some creative SEO type of search terms so that when somebody's Googling a geometric wolf shirt that yours pops up, or it's easier to find, or if they're on Etsy and they're searching that, right? This is all standard stuff. The description down here has some stuff that's pre-populated. You'll want to go through it and see what you want to keep and what you want to get rid of, because some of this description is for you personally. So you can just, pick and choose what you want to keep as part of this, okay? Shipping profiles, we'll talk about that in a bit when we get over to the different platforms where you can upload to, but you can see I already have shipping profiles that are preloaded here for this specific store. Usually I have a free shipping US only that I use. That way when it goes to the store, I don't have to do any additional work, okay? And then the pricing, okay? So you can see what the retail price is, okay? The production cost, the shipping cost, and this is gonna allow you to either work on a profit margin, okay, which is 40%, or if you want to include shipping as part of it, which I typically do when I'm on Etsy, right, because it's just a little bit cheaper and there's less transaction fees, right? So if you know that the production cost is 10 and the shipping cost is 14, we're already at $15. Add in 40% plus another 10% for platform fees. You get that. We'll talk more about that when we double back to pricing and profits and all that type of stuff, okay? So variant visibility, right? Do you want it to show up instantly on your site, or do you want it just to go to the site and be published and then hidden so you can fine tune and doctor it a little bit more before you officially publish it to your site? Do you want to sync mockups? All of that great stuff. I'm not going to publish it right now, but I will save it as a draft so we can come back to this and look at it a second time. And now this is saved back here in my backend for this specific store as one of my mini products that I have. And if I want to make any changes, any of that stuff, I can do that easily. So let's talk about creating a store and integrating with e-com platforms. Now, Printify seamlessly integrates with platforms like Shopify, Etsy, and WooCommerce. And what this integration does is it allows you to sync your products up to your store, and that's going to help automate your sales and the order fulfillment process. So if we look at this, one of the first things you're going to want to do is actually create a new store, okay? And we're going to look at this, and you can click on that button right there, right? Once you have a bunch of stores, you'll be able to manage them right here. You could also click add a new store, right? It all kind of brings you back to the same place, right? So if we have our different sales channels here, it's going to walk you through how to connect your store, right? Etsy, Shopify, TikTok, etc. All these different places here, there is an integration with this, okay? So you can launch pop-up stores. You've got these down here, and it's going to show you how to integrate, right, and connect. So you're going to be able to connect your store so that once you start to create the products and you hit that publish button, it goes over as we just saw in that last scene. Now let's just say for right now, my first store actually was this Bearded Family Etsy store. But at a later point in time, if I want to start my own store on Shopify because I want to cut down on costs or whatever else, I don't need to go through and recreate everything again so that I can have a Shopify store or something else. What I can actually do is I can go to my products over here, and this is my Bearded Family Etsy store. I could select all of those products, and then I'm going to be able to copy them over to one of my different stores. It'll automatically populate all of that stuff, and then I can sync that store with that new platform. Easy peasy. Now, before we move into setting prices and profits, let me show you one of my actual products so you can see how it's set up. And one of the reasons why I love Printify is because it has a product that none of the other print providers have. And for me, that is wrapping paper. It sounds weird. What, you sell wrapping paper? Actually, I do. And I actually make a nice little chunk of change because no one else is doing it, right? While everybody else is doing t-shirts and mugs, I'm over here selling wrapping paper because I like making weird and funky designs that don't exist, and somehow they sell. So, to each their own. So I'm just going to come over to this one that I recently made. Okay, so this is a printed Bearded Dragon gift wrapping paper. Just so you can see this, I'm going to show you what some of these previews look like so you have a better understanding, okay? So I'm going to come over here. Right, you can see what this looks like. I loaded it and I did everything. So when I created this product, okay, it told me that for this type of wrapping paper, because they have 3 different sizes, 30 by 36, 30 by 72, and 30 by 180 inch, right, that my print area should be 975 by 10 800. So I use that when I go into Photoshop. I create my canvas. Yes, I make my repeating pattern. I make sure everything fits, and then I push this out. So if we look at the preview here, right, so you can see what some of the mock-ups are for like a slightly different item than just a t-shirt, right? This is one of the mock-ups. It's kind of like the wrapping paper as a whole, right? They give you a nice little mock-up right here, kind of a side profile view of what that roll looks like rolled. Right, and it looks pretty amazing right there. We've got context pictures too, which really helps sell it. And it really just looks real, and it helps sell the product even more, regardless of what product it is. So the mock-ups are super beneficial. Okay, so as we go through, we just saw this over here. So let's talk about this a little bit more. You can see I've got like a nice search title, bearded dragon gift wrapping paper. That's probably the first thing people are going to search for, right? And then I made my own description here. I kept some of the stuff that they have that talks about the material. Yes, and then we get down here to shipping, right? All this good stuff here, okay? So the retail price is the out the door price, okay, that I list this for on Etsy, $21.99, $25.99, $58.99, okay? And the reason for that is because I'm including the shipping cost, okay, plus 60%. So you're gonna need to do the math as I mentioned before, right? So I know that this roll is $5.97 plus $6.29 for shipping. I only do this in the United States. I take that number, I add 40%, that's my profit margin, and then I add another 20% on top of that to cover platform fees. Now that might be different for you, right? Etsy, I know they're gonna take 10%, okay, between the transaction fee and then their platform fee and then the insertion, right? That's 10% right there. And I think that is a fair price compared to other regular sized rolls. Same thing on Amazon. I have to manually add something up to Amazon and I process the order myself, but I still price it the same up there because of how much the platform fees are, okay? But that's what it is. So if you ever want to change the price, you can come over here where you can change it, right? 21.99, right? And put it whatever it is you want to be out the door, right? And it just makes it easier for people to buy if they know that shipping's not included, especially if you're selling on Etsy or something like that. If you're doing it on Shopify, you may or you may not want to, right? And maybe you have a Shopify store that is free shipping on all orders because you've got it all worked into the pricing, or you could just let calculators do that. So setting the right price is crucial. You want to consider the cost of production, Printify's fees, shipping fees, platform fees, all of that stuff. Make sure you've got a nice profitable margin that makes it worth your time, right? And then find a competitive price within that. So let's just explore that a little bit more before we move on. So coming back to our t-shirt right here, right? So we have a bunch of different print providers. I showed you that earlier, but if you want to show additional print providers down here, right now we can look at all the different providers, and maybe you're going to want to select one specifically based on their production and shipping cost, okay? So these are based on Printify ranking, right? You can sort them by production time, lowest price, anything like this, okay? So it's really good to go through this. You get to see what sizes they offer, what their colors look like, okay, what the pricing starts at from $11.50, shipping is from $4.75. Here's their production time. So if they all have the same t-shirt, but each one is going to cost a little bit different. So $11.50, $4.75. This is closer. This is 50 cents cheaper. What do we got here? $13.44, right? This person's a little bit more expensive, right? By, you know, maybe like a $2 or so, and their shipping's a little more expensive. Okay, this person's a little more expensive up here for both the production and the shipping quality, right? And you can kind of see this one's down here, Swift POD, they've got a good rating, right? So you might want to go through some of this and take a look at it. And then if you want to dive a little bit deeper, you can go through their specific on this person, right, or on this provider, and you can see what size colors, how many colors do you need of a particular color, okay, and what the sizing is, and all of that great stuff. And then from here you can make a better and more educated decision. But I'm looking at this and this right here, right? $11.50 plus $4.75 is about 16 25 or something like that, right? Then I know $16.25 is the cost. Add 40%, boom, there's my profit, boom, add another at least 10% to cover for Etsy, boom, this is what the t-shirt should cost. How does that look compared to other t-shirts on Etsy? Is it more expensive? Is it cheaper? Can I add a little bit more? Can I add a little bit less? Having said that, if you'd like to learn how you could increase your profit just a little bit more by getting a sales tax exemption through Printify, drop a comment below that says sales tax exemption, and I'll make another video on that. It's too big of a subject to cover here, but that is one way if you're taking your business seriously and you're doing a nice print-on-demand business and you're making money so that you can make a little bit more money. Printify handles all the shipping and fulfillment logistics. They have a variety of different shipping options, which will make sure that your customers receive their item quickly. Once an order comes in, you're going to be able to see all of your orders here on the back end. It'll have the order number, the date it was sent to production, your customer's name, the total cost, tracking number, when that comes available will be populated right here, along with the shipping status. So you really don't have to do anything at all once you get everything synced and set up. And this integrates, or it syncs with Etsy or your Shopify account. You don't got to do nothing. And if you really want a bird's eye view, you can always click on the orders for more information. So if you're finding this information helpful and beneficial, if you could hit the like button, that's always appreciated. If you have any questions, drop those below. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, I'd love to have you so you can learn more about how to make more money online through print on demand. Now we're almost here, but let's talk about challenges and solutions. Like any business, there's going to be different challenges along the way, whether that's something as simple as just figuring out what your niche is or dealing with customer service issues. But as long as you stay flexible, responsible, and keep your customers' needs a top priority, everything will be fine and will work out. To wrap up, Printify offers an incredible opportunity for anybody who's looking to start their own print-on-demand business. With its extensive product range, easy-to-use platform, and comprehensive support, your dream business is just a few clicks away. If you're inspired to start, I highly recommend you do. All the links are listed down below. I personally have never had any issues to date with Printify, their platform, their customer service, or their products. And as I continue to grow my personal business with them and their service providers, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen into the future for myself and hopefully for you as well.